Howdy all, Twi here. I'm back in the VIP room with my good friend, Azumanga Davo.
Sup?
Azumanga Davo here is a YouTuber like me who's been YouTubing for a lot longer than I have and has featured me in some of his videos.
For worse or for better?
How long has your channel been going for?
Since 2006. November or December 2006. I don't know why I even started it. I was just like, oh, YouTube, what's that? Oh, I'll have an account, sure. And then I didn't do much with it until I can tell you exactly what I did. I mean, the first thing I was wanting to do was sort of broadcast my hobby, which is the slot cars. And at the time it was like the drag racing was kicking off, and we were trying to build ridiculous cars and sort of, make faster things. And we got a few videos going there, but the most popular one I had was literally one of the very first ones I did, where we were doing a burnout with one of the cars and it caught fire quite spectacularly and blew up. And I got about 60,000 views, and it's been downhill ever since, John. Twi, it's whatever. Yeah.
It's going to be very confusing remembering my name, but
use that many names, do you?
I don't think I've seen that
use
video.
one of them.
I have to go back and look at that video of yours. I don't think
I've
I've seen that one yet.
You must have done. I've incessantly shared that with everyone I've met.
I might have seen it, I just don't remember.
It's my biggest claim to fame, so of course I'm going to shove it in everyone's face.
What about the videos that I'm in? Those ones with all the cursing.
Yeah, I show no one knows. You do all the sharing on that, apparently.
Oh, yeah, with that horrible bubble gum.
Oh, yes, that was my latest video. Oh, wow. That is something, right? It's, if I should explain, it's the Adventure Time branded gum, they say, but it starts off as candy floss. You stick it in your mouth, and it literally turns into, it turns from candy floss into gum, and it's just horrible.
It's absolutely rancid. I'll put a link to that video in the description.
Oh, you must. Yeah, we can. I'm hoping for at least 30 views, maybe 50. Who knows? It is Park Avenue, by the way. The people at Park Avenue should be bloody ashamed at themselves. But it's 100% Australian owned, so go them as well. I don't know.
Most people listening to this probably won't know what that is.
No idea. Never heard of them until then, and I really wish I hadn't.
Well, on top of your YouTube, because I completely butchered the opening to this.
Oh, it's fantastic. One of your best ones yet.
Yes. Well, as you mentioned, you deal with the drag races here in Australia, well, in Perth.
Mm-hmm.
The official kind, mind you.
As well.
As well. Do you do illegal street drag races that I'm not aware of?
No. No. Oh, dear. I would get shot at by so many people if I was to say, yes, we do. No, we don't. We definitely don't do that. It's all on a racetrack. It is all professional, so they claim. It is all professional. That sort of thing is above board. There's no street racing involved. The cars are absolutely amazing. We took you to a meet once, and I don't know what you thought. I think you were quite impressed with how bloody loud they are and how fast they went. They go. I don't know about the speed impression on you, but when these cars are doing 400 kilometers an hour in the space of 400 meters, and they're getting up to 500 kilometers for some of the top cars. It's really impressive. And so I haven't raced properly. I've done a few street cars and I broke a few street cars doing it, but I've won one trophy, so that's all right, I guess. But I would say the majority of the things I've done with them would be videoing, a bit of photography, and a bit of journalism too. Well, I say journalism. I'm not qualified as such to do it. I can't even speak English, let alone write it. Oh dear, Yeah. So that's what I've been involved in. I haven't done a lot of that lately because there's been a few things going on locally that have put me off going, so I haven't worried about it.
Yes, I recall something about journalism in 2014, if I'm not mistaken, but
it's about that, yeah.
Yeah, been a while since then.
That was the last sort of effort we put in, because there was a magazine I wrote for before, and there was a few issues we had there, so I stopped writing for them, and I wanted to sort of get back to what I was doing, which I never got around to doing, by the way, the videos. I was asked by someone else over here to start with a new magazine, which was just starting up, and it was promising big things. Oh, and I've got to tell you, this was, I thought, yeah, all right, I'll jump in. And Personally, it was the wrong decision. It was a magazine that should never have got published as it was, because, I mean, we were promised so many big things. This was going to improve, we were going to get paid after a while. Yeah, all these promises. But unfortunately, when it came to criticism of the editing and the editing process, this guy was using papyrus font and actually thinking that looked good enough for a magazine. So I'm like, yeah, that's kind of crap. So I got out of it after about 4 issues, and I thought, well, I don't need this. And the space was a problem too, so we got out of that, dumped it, and then he went out of business within not even a year's subscription went by, and he went out of business. Went back to concreting, of all things. Go figure.
Oh, that happens a lot. There's a couple magazines that I went to subscribe to. They had 2, maybe 3 editions, and then they never continued.
What subject were they?
One was an anime magazine that tried to start up in Perth called Shin Anime Magazine or something like that.
Oh, fantastic. No, I've never heard of it in my life.
Yeah, no, it lasted for like 2 or 3 issues, and then
he went back to went back to concreting.
It's the way in Australia. Like 80% of our people concrete.
Concrete's good. It makes a lot of money. Well, but yeah, that was a few years ago, and yeah, I want to get back into it because a few things have changed around. So hopefully the future's bright, and I'd like to think it is.
Yes, well, with the latest video, the bubblegum video, you're going to get back into YouTubing, I think. Did you say? I can't recall.
Well, I've never really left. I just sort of didn't know what to do with the content, because we've been very wild in what we've been doing, because I've been trying to showcase as many things as I do, and I've tried to do the whole vlogging thing, and I've done alright there. I'm not brilliant at it, so I don't really do that too often. I mean, we've done the hobby stuff. I mean, we cover a lot of subjects there, trying to do hints and tips and sort of my opinion on things, when things aren't great on the hobbies. And then we've had, videos where we just sort of lark about, like what we do. Don't know. There's no real cohesion in it. So it's sort of, yes, I enjoy it, and it's just like, well, but I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing, John?
I never know what I'm doing. That's the brilliance of it.
That's probably the secret. Maybe I need to sort of get in there and just make content for the sake of content. Because let's face it, I'm not getting multiple millions of views.
No, it's very hard to get that sort of thing unless you have a clickbait title and tits.
Ah, right, okay. So, well, if anyone happens to know any big titles or tits, please send them over here, and we can definitely make use of them, whatever.
You also deal with model trains, and there was the Perth Model Train Expo earlier this month.
So this was the model train exhibition that happens every long weekend in June. Not every long weekend in the year, every long weekend in June. So, yes, that happened recently. I would say that's probably one of the biggest shows we have around for a lot of things. And I can back that up, because one of our biggest years was about 2 years. It was 2 shows ago, and we had a monumental crowd for it. We had 21,000 through the door in 3 days. It was something that was beyond what even Supernova managed that year, and we were stoked with that because our tickets quite cheap, like $10 an adult and all that, and that's great value for a day's entertainment. So you get all your Lego, your model trains, your Meccano. It's a general mix. I feel there should be a bit more of a hobby show than just a model train shows per se, but unfortunately at the moment that's not sort of being the case. It's sort of got reduced in size, and I've been a bit disappointed with it this year, personal opinion. I have heard on the grapevine that this may change in the future. There may be some plans coming, so watch this space. Can't divulge on that any further than that at the moment, but that's a thing to happen. Keep an eye on that.
Well, that's certainly intriguing, because I've been meaning to go back to the train show since I was there last in, I think, 2013.
Oh, it was a while ago, but I remember you did some content for me, but I don't know if we used it.
It was like 40 minutes or 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
It wasn't edited, so it had all the parts where I just wasn't
you were just sort of
I was walking around, and the camera was pointed down, but I hadn't turned off the recording, so it just recorded
one of my best videos ever, that one, as you can tell. Yes. But we also had Sean do some content, because we've been trying to do some content with our own. Sean Sean Freeman, one of our many stars of the channel, if you like. He's one of our favourite characters, as put by some viewers, or one viewer in particular. That's Sean. No, Sean's great. I haven't utilised him too much. He's been very underutilised. We will use him more. He's brilliant, but you've seen him. He's brilliant to sort of throw things out and throw things back. He's great.
Yes, Sean could be quite amusing.
Oh yeah, he's amusing, all right. I mean, just his height alone is amusing. He doesn't even need to say anything, and he's just like, ha ha ha, Sean, you're so small and hairy. Can you do something about your beard? You look like an Amish fellow from the 21st century, which is this century, coincidentally. I should have just left that bit out.
Why?
I don't know. Oh well, comedy. You don't know what to do with that, do you? Oh dear.
I really don't. That joke just sort of started trailing off.
I know, that's what happens here, and that's probably why people stop watching.
Well, you did have like that 6-month period where you did nothing.
Was it only 6 months? I thought it was longer than that.
It might have been longer. I don't know. I stopped paying attention.
It's supposed to be
quite
9
a while
months.
without any videos.
It's supposed to be 9 months. That shows how much I fail.
Anyway, let's
move
to
on.
another question. This will be one for the anime fans, I do believe. How did you get your alias of Azumanga Davo?
We've had a few over the years, and that's mostly because I really just sort of, as you know, you go through a few names yourself. You've been, let's see. I mean, you've got your Deviantart name. I can't remember what that is specifically. It's Twilight Genesis.
Yes, it's the same name I use here.
And you shorten that to Twi, so you're technically that would count as another name to me, I suppose. You're Epsilon. You've had, I can't remember any of the others. You had a few others as well, didn't you?
Yeah, all over the place. But the only ones I really use locally has been Epsilon.
I've just realised it's turned into an interview about you all of a sudden. Where it came from was I had the alias Monaro Door Slammer from the drag racing, and the thing was, that's all well and good until you try and use it in a gaming perspective or a gaming forum perspective, because I use a lot of forums around the place, and it started becoming more and more irrelevant the more I drifted off into the hobby thing, and no one really understood what it meant most of the time. But it actually come from the slot cars rather than the actual real race car. But anyway, I got Azumanga Davo from, try and pronounce it, I don't know if it's Azumanga Daioh, I think it's called. Yes?
Yep.
Is that pronunciation? Yes.
Yep.
I watched that anime about 4 years ago. It was about just around the time I met you, or just before, can't recall. Anyway, I thought that was an excellent show. I do love those sort of comedy, sort of not much happens, but that's life sort of shows. I don't know, a slice of life. And I thought, if I just change a few letters around, Azumanga Davo, that works. That's a very Australian way of putting it, isn't it? Sort of.
Yes.
So I just went with that, and I thought, this is brilliant. I'll go with this. And everyone's gone in the anime sort of circles. Everyone's gone, oh yeah, that's a good name. That's all right. And then it's just like, but then again, when you go to other forums, everyone's just like, bloody hell does that mean? It's like, I'm back to square one. So I've just stuck with this one because it's kind of nicer to explain.
Yeah, so you started watching that show again, at least the first DVD of it.
Yeah, we did.
2 months ago when I came round one time.
Yeah, we had you round and we watched a few episodes, and Shelley hadn't really seen it, so we got her to watch along, and we did enjoy it, and then we finished that DVD, and that's the last we've seen of it ever since. Whoops.
You'll have to finish it again.
Yes, we'll have to finish it again.
Yes, Kagura is best girl. Just saying.
Oh, hang on, no. We're not getting to this again. We're not. No. That was the swimming one, wasn't it? That's the one that can swim really good, right?
It's the one that's the sporty girl.
Who did I say was the best? I said it was... Oh no, see, this is a controversial choice.
I think you said Tomo.
I said Tomo. And then I remembered in the third supposed season, she cut her hair, and it was just like, why did you change that design of a character? Well, I suppose it's kind of real, isn't it? I don't know. Tomo was kind of cool because she's just a spaz.
Yeah, I had to explain what a spaz was to someone earlier today.
Really?
Yeah.
That was how that went. That'd have been interesting.
Yeah, it was a little interesting.
How did you describe a spaz?
I told them that it's short for spastic, which is got a multitude of meanings, not always
not fantastic, to be honest. So
sometimes it's insulting, sometimes it's endearing.
I'm so glad you didn't just go, hey, look over there. Points at someone and just run. I don't know.
I couldn't do that over Skype. If I was
over
talking to
Skype.
the person in face to face, I would have been like, "What's that?" and bolt. Which I'm pretty sure I've done to you once, at least.
Possibly. I can't remember the exact point in time when you did that, but yeah, I'm sure it's happened.
If not, it will happen now that we've said it.
No, no. Don't let it happen. Let's avoid that, please. Because nothing's more awkward-inducing than just going, look over there! And it's like, what? A distraction. No, that's how the name came about, and that's how I watched the show, and yeah, Toma is the best. Shut up.
Right, so we've covered your name, we've covered the origin of your YouTube channel,
We've
sort of talked about what your channel has on it, content-wise.
General shit, yes, a lot of stuff.
Because you've got some videos that have come up this year, which is painting trains or something like that. I didn't really watch them, I will be honest.
No, as you and a lot of other people didn't. Now, so this was basically just a return back to content making, and I just wanted to sort of do a hints and tips sort of idea just to sort of pass the time, because now we got this set up in the apartment, we can sort of do a bit more, I can talk a bit more, because, you know, I had no space to do so before. You know how that is, John. We use your real name here, don't we?
You can at this point, you've already mentioned it once.
Sorry, whoops, yes, I'll use your secret identity. So yes, Twy, we use a lot more content these days, and it turns out that has garnered many, many tens of views. 16 and 15 views, not a lot, but, you know, we're getting by, and I'm not really in it for the popularity anymore, because, let's face it, I was never popular. So, yeah, just doing stuff to sort of pass the time.
That's great. I recall you also have a Deviantart, which I think you've got your own logos that you've made up on there.
Yeah, Deviantart doesn't really happen much for me, to be quite honest. That I just sort of browse rather than put stuff up now. Used to be where I put my cosplay photos.
Yes, that's right. That's something I completely forgot because I avoid cosplaying in this city because they all hate me.
Well, not so much that. I'm just sort of avoiding. Well, I'm avoiding that partly because of that, but partly because there's some bloody lunatics in this city as well that just like to make your life a misery. But carry on, all good.
But you've started cosplaying Hetalia characters this year or last year? Both?
Started a year and a half ago, we started that. I cosplay Italy. Now, the reason why that started was not through choice of my own, but my friend who was over here decided that she wanted me to cosplay, and I was like, you know what, I was almost 30 at the time, and I said, you know what, let's do this. So she said, who do you want to be? And I'm like, I don't really know. There's only one character I really feel like I could do, and that'd be Italy, because I was really reluctant to sort of do anything hair-wise or wig-wise. That was ridiculous, you know? So I decided on that character because, you know, he's orange and an idiot. So we went with that. Now the suit arrived. This was supposed to be the moment of truth, and it turned out the suit was too small, or one size too small. It was just so tight I could not get this shirt on or jacket on or nothing. Pants, not a chance. So I ended up having to sort of delay that for about 4 months while I just sort of waited for summer to turn up, sweat all the weight off, and then just, you know, and then it was just like, I fit in it now. So that's how that started. So I started about 3 months too late for when I wanted to start. And then I did that for the year, just sort of wore that cosplay, not the entire year. I mean, I wore other clothes, John, Twy, Ebbs. So I wore a few shows, and I literally just haven't worn it since November last year, you know. I was just like, you know, now I've done it. So, the Hetalia Day, it was Hetalia Day in November, and that was a good day. I got to meet a few cool people that I hadn't met before, and we had a great day. It's not as big as it used to be, that event, apparently, but still, we met some great people, and, you know, been friends ever since, and yeah, it's been a good experience, actually. But as to whether I have cosplay future, it's hard to say. I don't have anything at the moment, but I'm not making plans as such, but we'll see how that goes, I think.
Yes, if I recall, before you started cosplaying, you also did photography for cosplay shoots for some of the local cosplayers here?
Yes, for some of the local lunatics. That's right, we did a few people. Yes, it's ranged from interesting and cool experiences to wastes of time, and it's, I don't know, I don't really have any cosplay stories as such, but we've been a few places, you know. There's not many scenic places you can do cosplay in Perth, because there's not many sort of Australian settings, if you like, in anime, of course. But there's been one particular favourite place I like going, and that's Albany, because it's got great beaches, great sort of coastal, regions where you can sort of go and have a photo shoot where you can just literally be king of a sea, queen of a bay, or, you can look like you're stowaway, even. I mean, not stowaway. The thing where you're stuck on an island.
Castaway.
Castaway, that's the word, sorry, I'm lost there. But I mean, I've even had a photo shoot where I got photos down in Albany, and I think Albany's fantastic for that sort of setting. Nice and cool too, so you don't overheat in your stupid suit.
Cold as heck down there.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect for that sort of thing. You imagine, right? You're going around a cosplay convention in Perth, and it's 40 plus degrees that day, and you're in this sodding, I don't know, mascot costume, or you're in something that's, I don't know, name a costume that's really heavy, and it's just, one of those. Yeah, it's just, I couldn't imagine it.
Yeah, I've done that in the past myself. It's not fun at all, especially when the convention centre's aircon tends to break down.
or not turned on. Usually not turned on is the word you're looking for. But cosplay is great. I mean, if you think you're going to do it, have a go. It's really cool. You meet some great people.
Right, so we've covered your origin, what you do, what you've been up to lately.
And a few things, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's all the questions I have at the moment.
Yes. I hope we can do some more content again soon. I mean, it's been so long, John. Eps Twi. But shit.
Yeah, it's been, 2 months since you poisoned me with gum?
Poisoned you with gum, yes, we've covered that. We've ticked that off the checklist. Oh, I just want to, I like this sort of dialogue between the two of us where we can just sort of run things past each other. I'd like to do more opinionated, newsy stuff. That would be really cool. I mean, because let's face it, you're literally 20 minutes down the road from me now.
Yes. As it stands, viewers, you can probably expect Azumanga Davo to be back on the channel soon-ish at some point.
Oh yeah, within the next 7 years, I would imagine.
It will happen.
Maybe. We'll see. I want to feature more on John's channel if he's still doing one. I don't know. Eps Twice, whatever his channel is.
My channel instead of yours, just abandoning ship.
Yeah, well, I just find yours is more interesting, and I can hijack that one and get more viewers. Hooray! Well, I don't get views, as you know. So, no, I mean, I did enjoy our sort of dialogues. We are kind of idiotically fun when we get started.
I just remembered Epscast.
The
podcast we attempted.
Yes. Yeah, what a disaster.
Yes.
But it was great fun. I enjoyed it.
I had so much salt for Wycon. So much
salt.
salt.
God, that's literally all that was. We might as well just called it Let's Piss on Wycon podcast. That's all it was. It literally was.
If you have links for that still, I will put those in the description of the video so
I
people can go listen to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there were good intentions, but there was just some idiots running the show, and I feel now it's changed hands to a much better community now. So I would like to think that may improve. We'll see if they put another show on though. But I think hopefully let's hope for the best. Yes. What do you say? Yeah, I think that's
hoping for the best, because Supernova doesn't get any better than it does.
Well, Supernova at the moment has its own issues, doesn't it? I mean, they had that guy. Who's the guy that started that up? He had a Facebook. He posted a poll the other day, and it was literally against the safe schools. There was a thing about safe schools for LGBTI Turbo V6. I don't know. Can't remember all the acronyms for it. Yeah, that one. And he's not too popular at the moment. Mind you, Supernova's been very weird, hasn't it? I mean, we had that Baldwin guy last year, didn't we? For Gamergate.
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been to Supernova in years because the Perth show just hasn't been any good outside the first year. All the focus and money goes to the other cities.
Yeah, it's true. I've never really been that sort of guy there for that show anyway. Well, I like the smaller shows.
Well, as much as I would like to continue recording...
Well, you can. I mean, do other stuff.
Yes, well, it has been about 30 minutes or so.
Is it? Oh, wow.
Yes, so I'd say the interview shall be ending here. Thanks for being on the show at such short notice.
Yeah, that's no problem. I mean, that's pretty cool of you. Twi this time. See, I do remember.
Yeah,
John.
You got it.
Shit.
You tried.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this will be the end of the latest in the VIP room.
It's a lovely room you got here, by the way. I mean, who does your decorating?
I'm not sure. I just sort of like popped up in this pocket dimension, and the building was here.
Fantastic.
I just sort of annexed it from nobody.
Well, if you ever need an extension done, I know some good concreters.
Yes. Well, plenty of concreters here.
And they could do some journalism for you too.
Oh god.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for that. Great.
No worries. I'll be glad to have you on again in the near future.
Yes, let's do some stuff.
And with that, the interview is over.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink. Damn. I didn't have anything to make the noise with. Hang on. I've got the sound effects department. Go.